Hello everyone. So this video is going to be about your Mahadasha period and how your Mahadasha or your Dasha is directly connected, and one of the most important things that you must check when you're looking at your career. All right. Do look at my other videos where I have analyzed your career, especially jobs, whether you should be involved in your own business or working for other people, jobs. The question that I have received in the last few days is sudden changes in business and jobs, and how does that relate to dasha. So the dasha is very, very important. So you may have a very, very strong planetary conjunction in your charts, which involves your third, seventh, and 10th house, and most important is your lagna, your first house lord, your lagna lord, your ascendant lord. Yeah, and they may all be favoring business, but your business may not be doing well, or you're booking losses for unforeseen changes that you had no control on. And the same thing applies for people who have stable jobs and suddenly they have been laid off, or there are some major organizational changes happening in their work, and they believe that they might lose their jobs or they have lost their jobs. All right. So we have to look at which Mahadasha or planetary period you're going through. So you can check this out in any of the apps. Look at the Mahadasha period once you pull up your birth charts with your time of birth, date of birth. Remember, this is Vedic Astrology, so we are only looking at charts from the Vedic Astrology point of view. All right. And once you pull off your charts, you will get a sequence of dashas or mahadashas. All right. So mahadashas are nothing but time periods that every human being goes through from the time they are born till they die. All right. And those planetary periods are very, very important. They could be very, very significant in certain things that happen in their lives, because during that time period, during that mahadasha, you are governed with that particular planet. Okay. So let's try to understand this by an example. So I'm going to give you an example of a Scorpio ascendant, because a lot of viewers happen to be Scorpio. All right. So let's pull up the Scorpio chart. All right. As you can see, there is 8 in the first house, which makes this a Scorpio ascendant. Okay. And we will obviously look at the 10th house here. And to some extent, we'll look at the 6th house. So the 10th house has Leo energy in it. Leo sits there. And the 6th house is the Aries energy, which is also the Lord of Scorpio, Mars. So we will look at Mars and Sun here. So let's consider this person with Scorpio ascendant is going through the planetary period of Sun. Okay. And Sun is sitting in the 10th house in Leo, right? So what can you say? You can say from the time the Sun Mahadasha starts, this person could have a sudden boost in the career. All right. This person could look at opening his or her own business, because Sun is in Leo. And it's sitting in its own sign in the 10th house, which makes it very, very powerful. We will also have to look at other aspects. Let's consider that Mars is also sitting in Scorpio in the first house, all right, which makes the Mars very strong. So Mars is sitting in the first house, Sun is sitting in Leo in the 10th house, and this person could be looking at a career change during the Sun Mahadasha. All right. Might be employed for a very long time, but now, since Sun has started, so Sun will probably give some kind of a work from home, or they might be trying to do something with their dealing with property or land to do with Mars, because Mars is also the significator of land, right? And since Mars is fourth from Leo, they could be interested in something to do with land or their hometown. They might be interested in agriculture, all right, because Scorpio energy is again is a significator of agriculture. Mars in Scorpio energy, all right. Let's look at another example. Let's look at the Mahadashas from a Leo ascendant, all right. So let's pull up the Leo chart, all right. So let's look at this Leo chart, all right. In this Leo chart, we see the 10th house has the Taurus energy, all right, and Rahu sits in the 10th house. Now, what is Rahu? Rahu is the significator of technology, all right, and wherever Rahu sits, whichever sign Rahu sits, okay, Rahu assumes the role of the Lord of that particular house, because Rahu doesn't have its own entity, right? It's a shadow planet. There's no real planet as Rahu and Ketu, okay? So Rahu tries to act like Venus here, okay? And Rahu is very strong and is considered exalted in Taurus, all right? So if we look at Rahu, let's consider this person starts the Rahu Mahadasha period, okay? So this person could be interested in something to do with technology, or is it trying to Rahu will throw opportunities in this person's life where they are doing something to do with the Taurus energy and Rahu at that point of time, okay. Could be also interested in doing anything to do with technology, could be into banking, Taurus energy, banking, investment, to do with savings. Also Venus, we have to look at the depositor, right? Maybe wanting to do something with creativity, all right? So all these things we need to take in consideration when we are looking at analyzing someone's career or profession from Vedic astrology, because Mahadasha, someone is going through a Mahadasha or Antardasha change, we have to see where that planet is in the chart, and there could be some significant changes in their profession with the change of Mahadasha, all right. So this is my short video so that people also look at their careers, professions, take important decisions about changing careers depending on which Mahadasha they are going through. So something about Saturn that I would like to say. I've made a video on Saturn, which will be there in the time card. You can check out that video where I've only spoken about Saturn and the importance of Saturn when it comes to one's career. If Saturn is not very well placed and someone has just started their Saturn Mahadasha, all right, Saturn is the significator of an employee, someone who works, all right, works for other people. So they might be doing really well in their Mahadasha before that, but the moment Saturn starts, they want to, they might be wanting to work for other people, all right, because Saturn makes sure that you work for other people. It's an employee. But also the same Saturn, if it's very, very strong and it's exalted and your 7th house and your Lagna Lord is very strong, you must look at where Saturn is sitting, all right, and then analyze your chart. The person could do very, very well in starting their own business. So Saturn Mahadasha could be a game changer for a lot of people. People who have been working for a very long time, they might want to change from being employed to starting their own business, and just the other way around. People who have been owning businesses and running their businesses and they want to do something else for could be any reason. Maybe they're not doing really well. They want to change the industry, or they have made a lot of money and now they want to experience how is it working for other people. All right. So Saturn Mahadasha, any Mahadasha change could be a game changer. So make sure you're analyzing your dasha and where that planet is. It's a game changer for your career and your profession. So I hope you found this video useful. If you have any questions, please ask me in the comments or get in touch with me. I'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you for your time and stay tuned.